Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm going to talk today about a side of the character of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His emotional intelligence, how he dealt with emotions, his own emotions and others' emotions. He managed them in a constructive and positive way that will lead the best results. Let's take a few examples. Take, for example, the emotion of anger. Even though he advised one of his companions, do not get angry, do not get angry, لا تغضب. Yet we see him getting angry in other situations himself. He also told a woman that was grieving the death of her son over his grave, and she was yelling and weeping and screaming to get to be calm and get composed. And he told her that patience is at the first shock. Yet we see him grieving in other places and the tears come down his eyes. So how can we put these together? How can we explain that? Well, simply by two things. Why and how? Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did not react in an angry way or except when it's the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not for personal reasons. In fact, when he was in Mecca, the mushrikeen, the unbelievers, used to insult him many times and he would ignore them. But when the boundaries of Allah would get violated, he would react. So this is why. And then how, that's the important thing, is he would react in a way that will bring the best results. Let's take, for example, the story of Ikrimah ibn Abi Jahl. He was the son of Abu Jahl, the staunchest enemy, the fiercest enemy of Islam, the man who fought all his life against the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and against Islam. I'm talking about Abu Jahl. And he died as a kafir, as an unbeliever. Also, his son Ikrimah spent most of his life, fighting against the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and against Islam. And then when the Muslims conquered Mecca and Mecca became in the hands of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he declared general amnesty, except for a handful of men who were war criminals, and he instructed his companions to kill them wherever they find them. Ikrimah was one of them. So he ran away to Yemen, fearing the retribution of Muslims or the justice of Muslims. And his wife was a wise woman who converted to Islam and came to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ asking him to give him amnesty and promising to bring him as a Muslim. And she did in a long and very interesting story. But when Ikrimah was about to arrive in Medina, and yet Rasulullah ﷺ and his companions had not seen him yet, the Prophet told his companions to be gentle with Ikrimah. Do not call him, do not cuss his father. In fact, he said Ikrimah ibn Amr, the son of Amr. He did not say the son of Abu Jahl, because he said cussing the dead person would not reach the dead person, but will provoke the living person, who is Ikrimah. So he would always direct his emotions in a way that will bring the best results. We saw that in the Hudaybiyah covenant when he was in a situation of strength. Yes, he responded to the request of the mushrikeen and signed a peace treaty, which sounded like an unfair treaty to some companions, and then later on proved that it brought back the best results, and tens of thousands entered into Islam after that peace period. So that shows us a side of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, which was using the emotions in a positive and constructive way to lead to best and optimum results. May Allah make us follow the steps of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ.
مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا